Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation and much love to y'all came out there pushing out this word and truth and sincerity. And I just want to do a quick video, Lord's willing, that's edifying to the hopeful elect out there. You know, just about how we weren't chosen. We were chosen, alright, ordained to preach this word. It's, you know, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's words, not our own opinions right now, not how we feel, but what the Lord has set up and what he has said. Okay, so you know, and the Lord chose just the random guys, man, your everyday, you know, Israelite, man, the people that you would least expect to be prophets of the Lord. All right, so we're just gonna get into these scriptures, pull out a few precepts. Lord's will is edifying. All right, we're going to begin in the book of John, chapter 15, verse 16. It says, oh, so like I'm in Matthew. Come on. Slovakia. Cage. This is John chapter 15, verse 16. It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give you." All right, so the point there being that the Lord has chosen us. All right, he has ordained us. Okay, and let's go to the book of Jeremiah now. See, because a lot of people get the misconception of that they can choose the Lord whenever they feel like following after the Lord. Then that's when they'll begin, you know, to serve him. That's not the case, man. The Lord has to call you. All right, the Lord has to call you out of the world. All right, he has to choose you, which if you go into the word elect, it means electos, meaning chosen. Okay, not by your own free will. This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." So the Lord, you know, clearly stated that he chose Jeremiah. He ordained him. He sanctified him before he was even born. All right. Okay, so going on to verse 6, it says, "Then said I, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child." So, you know, he tried to give him the runaround. But we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that verse. Let me bring out another example in Amos. This is the book of Amos, chapter 7, verse 14. "Then answered Amos and said to Amaziah, I was no prophet, neither was I a prophet's son." So Amos was saying, look, I wasn't a prophet. I wasn't the son of a prophet. You know, he wasn't known to be a prophet, right? Like Samuel. Just for an example, it says, "But I was an herdman and a gatherer of sycamore fruit." All right, so he was just a random Israelite, man, a herdsman, you know, sort of like a shepherd, and a gatherer of sycamore fruit. Okay, and I believe, let me see, should say Amos. Okay, maybe it was a different chapter, but anyway, going on to Amos 7 and 15, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh took me as I followed the flock, and Yahweh said unto me, Go prophesy unto my people Israel." So that's what we were doing in the world, all right? We were chosen out of the world. As whatever you were doing in the world, the Lord called you up out of it, told you to go prophesy unto our people. All right, go and tell the children of Israel, like he said to throughout all the books of the prophets. Go and tell the children of Israel this. Go and tell them that. Warn them of this. Warn them of that. All right. So it's clear and evident that the prophets are chosen. They don't just spring out of the, and pull a Houdini-act and just appear. The Lord chooses them. All right. He takes them through certain paths in their lives, ultimately leading to the point where they become a prophet. Like all the brothers in this truth. All right. You started your journey in the world. All right. Just being a whatever. Brothers come from all walks of life. But ultimately, you were led to the truth. To what? To prophesy. To become a prophet of the Lord. You were chosen. All right. So back in this book, Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 6 again. Then said I, Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. And then, some people try to run away with it, trying to run away from it, being chosen. But you can't, because you've been chosen. They're like Jonah. Jonah tried to run, and look what happened. He had to do it. All right, same thing here with Jeremiah. He's trying to make an excuse. Oh, I'm a child. I'm a young man, whatever. Verse 7. But Yahweh said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. See, so the Lord is the one speaking through the prophets. All right, ultimately the Lord chooses certain men to become prophets so that his word may come out through them. All right, because the Lord is not going to come and sit down with one-on-one with everybody. All right, so that they can learn of his prophecies. He's going to choose certain men or vessels to speak his words. Okay, verse 8. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith Yahweh. Then Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and the Lord Yahweh said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. All right, so the Lord put his words in Jeremiah's mouth, which he has done to the prophets, man. All the prophets. That's why we speak the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay? So now, well, let me go to verse 10. It says, see, I have this day to... we'll get back to that one. We'll get back to that. Let me go to another occasion where somebody was trying to beat around the bush of doing what the Lord was telling them to do. But they were chosen. They had no choice in the matter, so to say. All right, this is Exodus chapter 4, verse 10. And Moses said unto Yahweh, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue. And Yahweh said unto him, who hath made man's mouth, or who maketh the dumb or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord Yahweh? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. So again, the point is, it don't matter what you think when you first hear about this truth, or really when you hear about this truth, that's the calling. All right, you're getting called. All right, the scriptures say many are called, few are chosen. But what you're being, because we sincerely believe, all right, we have that hope, that faith that we are those men, the elect of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay, so what you're doing is you going out and speaking the word of the Heavenly Father, man. Once you've been chosen to do this, all right. And now you have to have the faith if you want to continue to the end, of course. All right, because not everybody that learns about this truth or is called to this truth is gonna make it. But we have that sure assurance, that diligence, that faith, that we are those men. That's why we say we the hopeful elect, because that's where our hope lies in. All right, faith is the things of substance not seen. All right, the things hoped for. Let me get that real quick. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I had it backwards. So these are the things to hope for, man. We hope to be the elect, all right, and receive that salvation that the Lord has promised. Okay. So that was pretty much it. Oh, well, I'll read that again. When he said he was slow of speech, all right, he's saying that, and he was an eloquent speaker. That's why ultimately Yahweh set up his brother Joshua, all all right, to be his right hand man, so to say. He was the one speaking and doing all the big things, but what the Lord was dealing with Moses, all right, because Aaron would do miracles. He would do miracles too. Moses would hand him the staff, and Aaron would throw it down and do what it do, all right. But yeah, just proving that the Lord is choosing these vessels, choosing these men, these prophets, okay, the servants, to speak his word, okay. Let me go to the book of Baruch now, in the Apocrypha. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 20. This is Baruch 2, verse 20. It says, "For thou hast sent out thy wrath and indignation upon us, as thou hast spoken by thy servants the prophets." All right, and this is during the time of Babylon, because it goes on to say, saying, "Thus saith the Lord, bow down your shoulders to serve the king of Babylon, so shall you remain in the land that I gave unto your father." So what? The point is that he brought the wrath and indignation which he had spoken by his servants, the prophets. All right, the Lord is always speaking through his prophets, giving his judgments through the prophets. Okay, that's it. You ain't gonna get the answers from anybody else. You ain't gonna get the prophecies, the true prophecies, from anybody else except for the prophets. This is Amos 3:7. "Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets." All right, so plain and simple. That's the precept to go with that. All right, let me write that one down. Nope. So the Lord speaks of the wrath, the indignation, or the destruction, the future, or the pestilence, the wars, everything through his what? His servants, the prophets. All right. And now let's close it on up. We'll prove that. This is Jeremiah 28:8. "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence." It didn't say everybody. It didn't say this the astrologers, all right, the soothsayers. It said the prophets, all right, the true sincere prophecy, how Bashim Al-Shai, that he is ordained, chosen to speak his words. And again, you can't choose to be a prophet. You are chosen to be a prophet. Like Yahushua said, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen thee." And he was saying that to the disciples because they were to prophesy and to bring fruits meet to repentance, because that's part of prophecy, bringing in the flock back to Yahushua. All right. So with that, I don't want to edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.